Hello everybody, Sukiko here, and today I want to do a continuation of a video I did before on the streaming channel, which was what if Biken got into GuiltyGearStrive. Basically I just took Biken from Exerd and I was like, oh, how will her skills and her moveset translate into Strive, and I kind of want to make that a series. I really enjoyed doing the video, so now I want to do that with Dizzy. So today we're going to be doing Dizzy. This is Dizzy from GuiltyGear Rev 2. She's been in the game since I believe XX, but she is my most anticipated character for GuiltyGearStrive. She's the character I want to come into the game the most. She's my main in Rev 2, and I love her. I love Dizzy. She's great. She's great. So today we're just going to be going over things like her kit, well, kit meaning her normals, her special moves, her overdrives, and stuff like that. We're just gonna be going through that, seeing like what would basically translate into the game, how would it be incorporated, if changed, if it all changed, and like what stuff would actually be there. So yeah, let's try to make this concise and let's go into it. So Dizzy is like she has really good movement, and she's like this hybrid zoner rushdown type character. She has like a really good pressure string, some stuff like this. And she has really good zoning tools with moves like this and moves like this and stuff like that. So since her movement, I thought like her movement wouldn't be incorporated very well because just like how the game is set up. But then I'm talking about GuiltyGearStrive, if she gets translated into GuiltyGearStrive. But then I realized, oh, Millia's in the game. Millia has the 2 air dashes, and the air dashes do work different in Strive. Like they're slower than the air dashes in Extra Rev 2, as you can see like right here. But there's still like 2 air dashes, and they still function relatively the same because we're still playing Guilty Gear, correct? So yeah. I think that would be okay. I think her movement would be a bit slowed down, like in the air dash sense, like compared to Millia's, but I think to compensate for that, they would give her like a good run speed and stuff like that. And speaking of her run in this game, her run has foot and roll. So Dizzy's dash in this game has foot and roll. So like if Potemkin does something like camera fall, she will go through it. So I don't know if they will let her keep something like that in Strive, but it is like a cool, decent little thing she has, because she technically is flying towards you. She's not like running on the ground, she's like flying towards you. It's like a cool little detail. But I do think her movement would be like a bit slowed down for sure, but I think she would still keep her core things like her double air dash and stuff like that. And we saw like Eno still has like the Eno mix with the double overheads or triple overheads and stuff like that. So I think Dizzy will still get stuff like this. Like the Gatlings will obviously be different, right? And we're gonna get into the Gatlings later. But like I still think she would be able to keep her like double overhead, double air dash mix and stuff like that. Especially look at Millia. Millia can keep that. I think like Millia will actually be like a very good benchmark for Dizzy and Strive, because like I think how their movement and how their like double overhead pressure and stuff like that sequences, it was structured kind of similar. I think they would be like 2 defining archetypes of that game if Dizzy was to come to Strive. So I think like if you really do want Dizzy and Strive, and like you want to see like how she would be like possibly incorporated, maybe like look at Strive Millia's kick. I think they'd be a smart thing to do, because I think that's how they would incorporate it. Because like they have like a lot of striking similarities if you think about how both these characters that come from like a game like Exit can be in words ported to Strive, which I think is like pretty interesting. But to her normals, I think her 6P would just be her regular 6P like that. I don't think they would really change much. You know, they would just give it like the, because I know like they universally changed like the hitboxes to Strive. So I think the 6P hitboxes to Strive. So I think they would do that for her 6P. Her 2P, I think they would keep it. I hope they keep the range on this move. They may like shorten it, because this 2P is like pretty decent. So I highly doubt they'll let her keep this range, but if they do, that'd be nice. They'll probably make it like a, if they do let her keep the range, maybe make it like a bit weaker by making it like a 6 framer, but I think it'll be like 5 frames. If it's like 5 frames in this range or a little bit less than this range, then this 6P, this 2P would be like really good in that in Strive. What else we got? Her jump P, I'm pretty sure they'll let her keep all her jump normals. I think her jump normals will probably stay the same. I think this move will probably be touched a little bit, her jump age, to like I'm not sure if it's a disjoint in this game, but if it's not already, they probably might make it a disjoint in like Strive or something like that. But I think all her air normals should really much be the same, probably just a little bit more slowed down, because the Strive is a bit slower than Exit. So you see like, look how like fast this pop P is. Her just jump P, look how fast it is. So it'd probably just be slowed down a little bit, to be completely honest with you. But I think these would stay the same. Maybe this move too would be like a little bit juiced. I think they would juice this up a little bit more. Like maybe give her a bit more landing recovery or something like that, but make it like stay out, make it more active. Maybe give it a little bit of a disjoint. I think they may juice up her JS a little bit. But I think this move would be like heavily juiced. Maybe like one striking weakness, maybe like the startup one is a bit long, but I think this move would definitely be touched a bit. And I think they would actually give her a different JD. I don't think she'll keep this JD. Like she could, but I think it would be like something, they would give her something else. Maybe like Necro slamming onto the ground or something like that. Because I really don't see like how this JD will really fit into the context of Strive. Like I don't see like how Strive does its like Gatling systems and how Strive does its like whatchamacallit. It's like how they do combos, even in homing combos. I don't see how this move really fits into Strive's like ecosystem. So I don't think they would keep her JD. I think this would like definitely change, and this would be like completely something else. Yeah, maybe like a different animation with like Neko or Undying doing something cool or something like that. But I don't think they would keep her JD. I think that would change. What else do we have here? Her 5P. Maybe make this move like faster or something like this for the context of Strive. They probably keep it completely the same. Probably make it like Strive Sense 5P, where like he gets like really good areas of frames off of it, and like that's gonna go into Hurricane or whatever we're gonna talk about, right? But I say this move, maybe keep the same animation, but maybe make it a little bit faster. Maybe like a little bit faster. I think I definitely will let her keep her 2K. Because there's one thing Strive likes to do is give characters decent to good 2Ks. So I think this 2K is already good in this game already. So I think like this 2K in Strive would just be like immaculate for her. This already feels like a Strive moment, to be completely honest. So I think just literally just copy and paste it. You know, like this normal's already got like, and then she can like take pressure off of it, right? You can't dash cancel off of 2Ks in Strive though, but you can dash cancel for 5Ks. But if they let her keep this 2K, like they can keep a little bit juice, let her get some cool stuff off of it. Like because Strive does 2K 2Ds instead of like these type combos. But they did buff the counter hit states for 2Ps and 2Ps and 2Ks in Strive. So maybe like if you get like the 2K counter hit, you can do something like this, go into like a juicy combo to a knockdown, and like really get her knockdowns going. Cause I think her knockdowns will be like super interesting in the context of Strive, because cause I feel as though Strive is going the route of like strong options, but nothing too crazy. Like nothing like Johnny pressure, nothing like Come Hee Yoon pressure, nothing like Raven pressure. Like I feel as though they're definitely going in a route of like good stuff, but I don't think it'd be like that crazy. Because Dizzy's pressure is really good in this game, but it's not like crazy broken. But the thing about Dizzy's pressure in this game, like for let me see, how can I set this up best? For like a setup like this, right? Like that, right? Well, she's supposed to do the jump S into it. Don't worry, we're gonna get this together, guys. We're gonna get this together. Okay, we got it. Okay, we got it. All right. Goodness gracious. Yeah, for like a setup like that, right? It incorporates a lot of her fast movement and like a lot of extras fast movement inside the systems of the game. So her getting like pressure sequences like that, I don't know, because the game would naturally be slower. So how would they even like structure her knockdowns? Probably like something like this, and you can do like the classic, like I said, you can probably look at Millie for a good benchmark, or like how Dizzy would be incorporated. But like do like this, and you can get like, you know, your left, right, your same size and stuff like this. But like as far as like extended pressure, like when she gets in the corner and she does stuff like this. Goodness gracious. Yeah, so stuff like that, when she gets in the corner and stuff like that, I don't know how that will be incorporated, because like I said, the system is a bit slower. So I think like how it works, and plus there's the wall break. So those was like a lot of hits on a combo. So like if Dizzy tried to do like a pressure sequence or a pressure string like that, I think the wall would break and she wouldn't get very good Okizeme in the corner. So I think what would happen is you would probably, or they would probably have to like shorten down like the number of hits it takes for Dizzy to get into like a hard knockdown. So like, for example, you will only need to do something like this. You will only do something like that, right? So you will only need to do like a string like this. Oop, that's the corner that me on. Do that, pop this up. Maybe something like this. You will only need to do that. Like, they will like shorten down like her pressure sequences. So like, you can choose to get Okizeme in the corner, or you can choose to break the wall and stuff like that. Because in this game, right, Dizzy has YRC, so she can do stuff like this. So in this game, she already has like a lot of good uses for meter, right? Do stuff like that. You know, she can do stuff like, ooh, that's not Firefish. She can do stuff like that. Was the slowest YRC in the history of YRCs, and that's no fish at all. Okay, so yeah, you can do stuff like this. You know, like all that stuff is like cool stuff you can do with meter. So even in this game, she has like a lot of good uses for meter. So like, how would Dizzy fare in basically a positive state, and how would she fare if? How would Dizzy fare if her buttons? Jacoby?
What was that?
I literally heard clicking and it threw me off. I heard clicking and I was like, is somebody in here? And I was so scared. Well, anyway.
I was gonna say something, but I thought you was like cooking for a video.
No, I'm definitely am cooking. I'm definitely am cooking and recording a video. Do you want to give some input now? You want me to like edit you in?
Yeah, sure. What we talking about?
We talking about if Dizzy got incorporated in the Strive and how her kit will work.
Ah, so you're cooking? That's pretty usual.
Okay, that's that almost made me stop the recording, but I'm not gonna lie. That almost made me stop the recording. That almost made me stop the recording.
But yeah, it's an interesting topic because the way she plays is very much not how
a Strive character
is like. Yeah, very much not how a Strive character is made. So they're gonna have to do a lot of adjustments. Probably like how they're gonna, or how they did Testament.
Right.
Where like they're almost not completely different, but like their identity is like very much not the same from the they came last time. Dizzy's probably gonna be similar. I think she's gonna like keep like what makes her Dizzy, right? Like what's good about her, but she's gonna have probably a lot. Her tools are gonna be a lot different.
That's what I was saying, cause like I was thinking about Milia being like a good benchmark for her character.
Yeah.
Because like,
really
because she has the double air dash and then she has the left right mixes and stuff like that. And like Strive engine is just naturally slower than X's engine, but it is still GuiltyGear's engine at the end of the day, no matter how you look at it.
GuiltyGear.
So I was thinking like they will probably just shorten a lot of the stuff that she has. So like Dizzy combos are like low-key abnormally long. So like they were probably just like, because you don't want to break the wall always, because like you want to keep like Okizeme, right? Like as you can see, like in Strive's later lifespan, the better characters are able to pick Okizeme. Yeah, like wall slumping, literally picking Okizeme when they choose. So in order for her to have that, she's going to have shorter strings and shorter combos and stuff like that. But it's already natural because like the Gatling system in Strive.
Yeah, everybody has shorter strings.
Yeah, so like there's no like 2K into close slash and a far slash unless you get like the counter hit change. So now it's going to be like 2K into 2D, and her 2D is already godlike in this game. So it's like 2K into 2D, and then she can still, I think she'll be able to still keep her fishes, like her ice fish and her, probably not fire fish, because that's a 4-screen laser beam. So they're probably, this is a 4-screen laser beam. And then Strive, since the game is slower, it would take characters more time to deal with it. So, unless you're Chip, because I guess you can just break all the rules of the engine if you're Chip Zanif in that game. But, yeah, it would take them a lot more. But so I think they'll definitely let her keep, whatchamacallit, ice fish. So you can do like knockdown, the universal knockdown timings. There's none of that dumb shit with different wake up timings. That's just not here anymore. Crazy.
Yeah, true.
That's not here. So it would just be universal knockdown, ice fish, same side low, different side low, left right, stuff like that. So that seems like easy to just keep in there. Just like, you know, change like the timings of ice fish and stuff like that. But yeah, Firefish is probably gonna have to go. I don't think Firefish is gonna stay at all. They're not gonna let this. They're not gonna let this stay.
Then it'll probably be like really not strong. I don't know.
Yeah, it'll probably be like obsolete. Like, why does she have this in her kit? Kind of like why would Soul use like his command grab super type beat? It's kind of obsolete. But I don't think they'll let her keep counterfish either. I don't think a move like that, like a moving counter across the screen, will really fit in Shrive's engine, because like, so I highly doubt they will let her keep something like that. But I'm thinking they're gonna probably let her keep Ice Fish. They're gonna probably let her keep her bubbles for neutral control, to let her like use her movement, like kind of like how Millia has Capple. They'll let her use Ice Fish in that manner to let her have like extra air mobility, and like they'll probably make the input easier, but they'll probably still keep it a TK. And I think her Ice Spikes, like her little backwards DP input.
Oh yeah.
I can see her keeping this, but I think this is up in the air. I think it's up in the air.
I don't know actually, because since she has so many tools, she's kind of like even though she's like Oki heavy, she has a lot of neutral control abilities, right? So I feel like either they're going to give her all the tools, or not all the tools, but like either make her identity similar to what it is in Rev, or make it so she leans into one of the other playstyle, like leans into Oki heavy, or leans into like a more like neutral based, or like more like screen control based fighter, let's say like trap screen control based
trap screen, probably like Exit Bitman type beat.
Yeah.
Because Shrive does play heavy into the roles of like classes.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like Shrive is like a lot, like the characters are very like class like. Yeah. You know what I mean? And especially with the little like little technical, like all around class description stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, I could see them leaning into a role, because Dizzy kind of does a lot.
No, she does like a lot in Exit, so like they would definitely have to like make her, cause like low key like Biking did a super lot in like Exit, even though she was like parry, Azami, Kabari, you know, like, but she low key did a lot, and like they kind of just made her like she's always been a defensive character, like in like almost every iteration of like Guilty Gear, but like she's always like fucked up in some offensive heavy way, but like, you know, she's like a quote unquote glass cannon. But in Shrive they really double down on she's defensive, like she's a wall.
For sure.
She's a wall. So like I think if they want to double down on Dizzy, they would just low-key just make her Okizeme. So like, cause like even though they do have class systems, they do allow for like room for like subclasses a little bit, but not too much, where you think a character has like 3 roles. So like I think so like I said, like they'll let her keep Ice Fish for something like that to keep her Okizeme, but also like a little zoning. So in that case, I think they'll maybe let her keep Ice Spike, but they would just make it slow. Like it wouldn't come out as fast. So like it's a bit committal to put the move out. Like you're trying to make something happen. You're trying to force the opponent to commit to an option when you're putting Ice Spike on the screen, to make her like heavy Okizeme heavy, because her buttons are kind of doo-doo in this game a little bit.
Yeah, no,
her buttons are kind of trash. Like her 2K is godlike. But her buttons are kind of like awkward. They hit at awkward ranges. So like I think they would double down on like how her button structure and how buttons work. I think they let her keep her K normals though, because the K normals are decent. But like her far slash, they should let her keep 2S, because Shrive has really good anti-air, so they low-key should let her keep 2S. But her far slash and her heavy slash are like kind of awkward buttons. I don't think they'll let her keep 2H. They probably just make it like a new function, like a vacuum type move or something like that. But her K normals are good. Her P normals are decent. They're already low-key Shriverify normals, and her 6P is decent. I don't think they'll let her keep 4S. With like the multi-hitting ice stabby move, they're not gonna let her keep that. I don't think they're gonna let her keep that. But if they do though, we up. But I highly doubt they're gonna let her keep that move at all. Cause Gatlins are so different, so like where would you even, I mean, you could fit it in, but if they do let her keep 4S though, it would be really good for her corner Oki, cause it's multi-hitting. So I think that'd be really good if they did that. But I don't think they'll let her keep that move. But her normal seem, just let her keep her 2P, her 6P, all her K normals, and her 2S, and you can just rework everything else. And everything else can be reworked. But yeah, they're definitely. But Firefish, that's just leave it. That's just not staying. That's just cooked. That's just cooked. That shit is so cooked, especially counter. But I wonder if like Shrive will add EX moves, but I highly doubt they will ever do that for the game. But if they did, that'd be cool, because you could just like do EX like counterfish, and like that'd be like a cool reason to like use your meter or something like that. Because I was saying it earlier, like Dizzy has like a lot of good uses for meter. So if she could do that, that'd be like super cool. But I highly doubt they'll let her do that. But GG's, I guess. Her supers though, if I could, I think, cause this is like a 4-screen like fire super. Who has a 4-screen like neutral control super in Strive? Like I guess RTL works, cause like he goes like across the whole screen. Oh, just Sacred Sun Edge, that one?
Sacred, yeah.
Yeah, oh he does have that. But like this is literally like the whole screen gets covered in flames and it's like optical flare. So
RAM, but it's not really neutral control.
It's not neutral control, it's just a beam super. Yeah.
It's just damage.
Yeah. So I guess like for that case they'll probably keep this. But I think I can see them keep it.
It's kinda like that. It's not really.
Oh, Kenju the gun?
Yeah.
No, that move's dumb. That move is stupid. No, that move's stupid. That move is very dumb.
No, for sure. That's kind of like a neutral control-ish move. But not really similar to this.
No, I think they'll give her a different super. Maybe like something like Necro just like spits fire in your face and you get a hard knockout or some shit like that. Like I don't know if they'll let her keep this one, like her super like the gamma ray 100% special with all your meter, the like the meme super. But like if they do, fuck it, it's in the game. You know, that'd be like a cool gimmick. That'd be a cool gimmick if they were gonna do, but I don't think that's gonna happen. But I think they're definitely gonna like change one of her supers to like make it more like better for her, because Jacko also has that defense command thing where she ends neutral because you can't kill her minions. So like, maybe they can give her like a super like that, where it's like it structures her like her ice differently, so like she can like basically like run around the screen more, because I think she's going to be more like, she's going to be a defensive character until she scores the hit to get Oki. I think that's probably how they'll set her up if she does get in the game. But like maybe a super like that will let her like take more bounds, take more risk in the neutral. Would be very nice for her, because she would need something like that in Strive, because she's already like has like really low stun, and like numbers they translate from extra to Strive. Like Milia having super low health, Chip having super low health, stuff like that. So she already has like a super low stun gauge. Like it's like a pun on her name, Dizzy. So yeah, they're probably like, but there's no stuns in Strive, so she'll probably just have like lower health or something like that. Yeah. So like she's funny. Yeah, the funny move, Nago does Zaruyuki, and then it's like stop playing Dizzy against Nago. You know, Otashi makes a tweet, and then every Dizzy main cries. Otashi makes a tweet, and every Dizzy main cries. Yeah, so it would just like be cooked from right there. So she probably had like low health, like from a system standpoint, but they would probably let her keep her movement, because they let Millie keep her movement. So I don't see why they wouldn't let Dizzy keep her movement.
That's true.
But yeah, I think that's how she would like work. She needs something. Oh, and they would definitely nerf her grab. I don't think her grab range would be.
Oh, for sure.
No, they're nerfing that. That grab range would not be as big in Strive compared to Exo. No, because she's like a pseudo grappler in this game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, her throw range is kind of stupid, and then she can like nobody can raw combo off her throw and Strive, like no matter what. So like she would have to spin meters. So like nah, she's not having that ability. She's cooked on that shit. GG's her. But GG's her. I think she would work in Strive though, but she would have to be like,
for sure.
The only
thing
they
can make any character work.
No, really. They can definitely make it. They made Testament work, which is crazy. Which is
crazy. How much they're willing to change them.
How much they're willing to take out and how much they're willing to put in. Cause like, what is new about Testament in Strive? Arbiter, right? Cause Arbiter doesn't go left right anymore; it goes up down. So like, that shit was so stupid. EXE Beast was so fucking stupid, bro. That motherfucker knocks you down in fucking what, plus R, and you got like 2 niggas on each side of you ready to fucking like meet you and wake up, and he gets like they fucking high lows and shit out their ass. It's a dumb character. Dumb character.
Oh, for sure.
Dumb character. Very dumb character. But they made Testament work, so fucking why can't they make Dizzy work? Coping, I guess. I'm so tired. I want my character.
I'm so tired.
I want my character in the game. I want her in the game so bad. But I definitely think
she would actually be a good addition though.
She would be a good addition, you know, and then the fanboys, you can buy merch.
Yeah, facts. Like, think about the money. You know?
Think about the money.
This is a rare think about the money moment. You know.
Think about the cash. Think about the Funko Pops.
The
Think about the Disney Funko Pops.
Right.
Like, bro.
And then the Strive redesign would be ham.
Strive redesign would be ham.
People are buying.
Like, literally. I'm gonna make a 30-minute analysis of a trailer, of a 15-second trailer, you know? Just comparing everything, and life is gonna be great.
Life is gonna be great.
But I hope she gets in the game. That'd be like super fun if she gets in the game. But
yeah.
I think she's definitely going to be defensive. She's going to be defensive until she scores her knockdown, and they'll probably give her some type of like super like Cappy Chaos concentration, Jacko guard defense minion, something like that to help her out in her neutral a little bit more if she wants to like actually take a risk and go out there. Firefish is leaving. They're going to let her keep bubble for air movement more than likely. I think they'll let her keep ice spikes. They'll probably just slow the move down like dummy heavy, and she definitely needs to keep ice fish. And her pillars, I think they probably won't let her keep pillars, but it'd be a good neutral control move for her if she plays defensive. Yeah. So I think they're letting her keep ice and fire pillars be a decent addition. But her normals, keep the P's, only keep 2P, 2P, 6P, keep her Ks, keep 2S, low key will work everything else. I think her jump H is going to be super juiced. Her rest of her jump normals are pretty much going to be the same, except for like jump S, and I want them to keep 4S, but they're not. Yeah. They're not keeping 4S. They're not going to keep that shit in the game. But yeah, and she probably like, who would be her bad matchups theoretically? She'd probably be bad against characters like Chip, like fast characters who can just hold her down.
Chip giving her trouble.
Yeah, Chip would give her trouble. I think she'd be good against all arounders like Soul, because like she could like square off in the neutral. Like if her buttons are good enough, she can actually like whiff punish characters and like challenge that mid-range type thing like Anchi can. So that'd be like pretty decent. But like characters who like zone in on her, like if Jacko knocks her down, that'd be like very bad. Characters like Chip, probably Geo will probably give her a lot of trouble if she got in the game. Who else? Maybe in the low-key not Potemkin. I feel like Dizzy would do good against Potemkin.
Nah, yeah, Dizzy would probably cook Potemkin up.
Yeah, that probably wouldn't even be like a challenge. But this is all theoretical. Let's hope it happens one day.
All theoretical.
This is all theoretical. Let's hope it happens one day. But Oscar's coming anyway, so I'm getting something I want. I'm getting something I want. I'm getting something I want. So yeah, this was fun.